today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington Commanders taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 10 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. With the Vikings sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortune. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
On the return, Johnson.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 6 catches, 60 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time. Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Wentz going to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Throwing is Wentz.
Looking for the play. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And that's caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
A one-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of one-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional one-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Cook again.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
4th down, Cousins escaping the pressure right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble. But all is well. 1st down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Cook trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Wentz.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
We are always a Viking.
Have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6
go park your TV over here. Yeah. We're not the touch the team.
Balls out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's got some space here. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call.
I'll be back. the advantage. You have corners where we go roll, you go out in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back.
So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safety.
We saw the example of it right there.
A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball on that because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. A 1st down throw for Cousins.
Oh, my God.
It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field. Guys who...
And he caught it up.
Get that shit.
And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner.
And now, as with every potential turnover, we're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We have possession.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw again on second down. Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that was going to be off target and incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Wentz finding McLaurin there for the Commanders first. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. To throw is Wentz. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. Oh, he's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. So here's Washington now to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And incomplete on the deep ball.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he lost the football.
Get it, you idiot.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Like. Come on.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
And they get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They go play action. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Play fake. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That his 1st catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. From the red zone now, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
7 yards there and a first down.
On play action, it's Wentz.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Wentz now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Sly able to put this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A third quarter now, at a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. Rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Tried to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Osborne. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Cook up the gut. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Cousins on first down. Buying time to his left. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll roll him out right. He'll dump this off to Cook. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. It could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Joseph on for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Commanders' offense set to take over. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. 78 yards on the ground for him so far.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
They'll go again with Gibson. They'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Washington on 3rd down.
They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Wentz.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It was great just to see Danielle Hunter back on the field after missing all of 2020 with a neck injury. When he's on top of his game, book him for the Pro Bowl, and he'll always be contending for All-Pro status.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That open end that time, they end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 15. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th-quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 2nd and 10, Wentz. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackle is almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one.
Got this complete to Jahan Johnson. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Wentz to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
That is stupid.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now Wentz trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up.
They'll look to throw.
There's McLaurin.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh my God. So they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
Wentz going to look to throw. Being chased to the left. They don't get it. It's incomplete. They got the touchdown, did not, however, get the two-point conversion to cap it, and they're still down by a pair. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And the Vikings hands team able to recover. And that should just about do it. In the fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. A little extra pressure with this one for Greg Joseph. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And they'll keep this a 2-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And this is caught inside the 5.
Oh, my God.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Minnesota, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, their season is on life support somewhat now.
It's a wrap.